Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here, New Life Pentecostal Church, Albany, Georgia. One of the cutting-edge developments in textual criticism is the basically near absolute proof that Codex Sinaiticus, considered to be either the first or second most influential biblical document in New Testament studies, is in fact a forgery. And I just wanted to give a few little hints on where to, some breadcrumbs, where you can get further information on this. At the end of a movie on YouTube called The Tares and the Wheat, it kind of goes into that. And I think that's where it was kind of first mentioned, where people really, besides in the 1850s and 60s, Sinaiticus and others, really, it was a big deal. And then throughout the 1860s, the Tischendorf sect and group really won the day with various things, but not necessarily with evidence. And then where I first got acquainted with it was a book by David Sorensen called Neither Oldest Nor Best. Neither Oldest Nor Best. Now, the books I'm going to give you, and including that little video about the tares and the wheat, it's like they wait till the middle or end to give you information. And so in Sorensen's case, I'm reading it, and face it, I am highly skeptical. I am just an evidence-based person. I just am. And so without wrath and doubting, I am just skeptical to the max. So I'm reading it and I'm like, yeah. Nothing here. And so then he'll drop a little bombshell. It's like, okay, maybe. And then another bombshell. And it's like, why didn't they open with these bombshells? So by the time you get to the end of the book, and Sorensen's book probably convinced me 60 to 70%. And so then William Cooper with the CSM, the Creation Science Movement in the United Kingdom. You can order his books from the United Kingdom off their website. They'll tell you how. He's phenomenal. He's outstanding. He's an incredible researcher. But again, in his books, it's like they start off with just the worst arguments and everything. Well, by the time I got through with Cooper's books, I was like 80 to 90% convinced. And then I was going to do another couple videos on this particular book. I just happened to have it beside me here. Is The World's Oldest Bible of Fake by David Daniels, who took over Chick Publications after Chick passed away. This is a phenomenal book. But again, first 30 or 40 pages, there's even things in there that are not true, like demonstrably untrue and stuff. And I usually write myself notes, like that in the front of books. So, I'll know where different things are. I used to just dog ear all the pages. Now I just write this. But, scientifically and in every way, it just shows. So now, I'm 99% convinced that it is a hoax. And let me just show you this, on the front of the book, if Brother Mallory can get to this mosaic. What that mosaic is in the front of the book is that's the individual sheets of Codex Sinaiticus that you can find online. And you'll notice several of the sheets are wider than other of the sheets. And that is because evidence is showing that these other sheets that are brown were deliberately put over with certain substances like coffee or something to give them the appearance of age, because they realized when they first found it, it was called the White Book because all the pages were snow white. Well, see, so Sinaiticus has been stored in 4 different places because it's in 4 different sections. So I think that's the one in Germany that they never got to kind of give it the appearance of age. And there's no way to explain that. There's no way to explain different wormholes that have no entrance points and exit points. Like one page will have a wormhole in it, and it's several centimeters away from the edge, or several inches away from the edge, or a few inches away from the edge. Well, wormholes don't work like that. Wormholes bore down through books. So you're not going to have one page with a wormhole. especially when it's in a signature like that. So I just wanted to give you Sorensen, Cooper, Daniels, and there's probably great other sources. Also on the internet, David Daniels, he's so kind and he's so nice. He has such a great spirit about him. And what he does is he gets a notebook with like plastic sleeves, and he puts things in the notebook. I know it's kind of corny, and he just turns the page, but he totally eviscerates Codex Sinaiticus. And he's like me. I mean, he started out very skeptical because he was a Bible translator. He got his degree in Fuller, master's degree in Bible translation. He had done the Summer Institute of Linguistics work and all this. And to find out what you've been taught, I mean, it's just, so I was like, this is some kook conspiracy theory. When you study it, it's like, whoa, this is amazing. So the Sinaiticus forgery seems to be a real deal. Study it for yourself. I know there's some like, I can't remember the guy's name out of Dallas Theological Seminary. They've tried to do some rebuttal videos, but there's rebuttals against those rebuttals. And the rebuttals, very educated people doing the rebuttals, but they are by no means conclusive rebuttals. Just because something's rebutted doesn't mean that it's disproven. It means somebody's got a contrary opinion. So, and they may have an agenda too. So God bless. Talk with you later in Jesus' name.